so we're in Bridge and I found a picture that I want to open up into Camera Raw. Right, so we're here in Camera Raw. First thing we're looking at is the underexposure. Just going to try and change the white balance to auto to start with, see how we get on with that. And then it's going to bring the exposure up a little bit, let's get a bit more information out. And then take shadows further out. And what else will I do? I'm going to pump some contrast back in. Don't think I need to bring any highlights down. I think we're okay at the moment. So I'm going to open that into Photoshop. And we'll have a look at what we can do. So first thing, copy the background layer, zoom into it and have a look around. So complexion's really good. A few little stray hairs, nothing major. Looks okay. Alright. So we will start with the eyes. So I can change blending mode to screen, alt click on layer mask, zoom into the eyes, select a brush, make it a bit smaller, increase the flow to 100%, press in X to make sure that the foreground colour is white, and then it's going to paint over the whites on both eyes. And then press X to make the foreground colour black, and then just paint over where I've gone over the lines, if you like. Just get a bit more darkness back into those eyelids. Just try a bit there. Zoom out a bit. I'm going to reduce the opacity to about 19%-ish. That's good. Then I'm going to go Control Shift Alt E, which will make a clone of that. Hide the original background layer. Control Shift E to merge those two. Control J to copy that layer, and we'll try screen again. Alt click on the layer mask. Zoom into the eyes. Select the brush tool. A little bit smaller. White as foreground. So then just going to paint over the irises. Just leaving that black ring around there, or the darker ring around the eye itself. And zoom out and have a look. Bit bright, so I'm going to reduce to about 50%-ish. That's good. Merge those two together. Then I am going to copy that layer, change blend mode to multiply, alt click on the layer mask. Zoom in again, select the brush tool, white as foreground, paint over the eyelids, get some darkness in there. Let's bring that all the way around there, and then the same on the opposite eye, get it nice and dark. And zoom out. And we can see the difference there, really over the top. So again, it's going to reduce the opacity to about 19%-ish. That's good. Merge those two, so start to finish. Alright, and then I'm going to get a curves adjustment layer, select the hand tool, find a bright area in the image, and just pull that up to get a lot of brightness in. Control and I, select the brush tool, reduce the opacity to about 3%. White as a foreground colour. It's going to zoom in a tiny bit more. I can go over the eyes again with this. So it's painting over the whites and the colour of the eye, and also on the lips as well to make them shine a bit. Might even do them little teethies there. Let's have a look. That's it. So I'm going to double click on that layer, and that will bring up the layer style. So we're now going to use this blend if thing down here. So pressing Alt, split the cursor, bring it about halfway across, and click OK. That's good. And then we've got another curves, hand tool, select a darker area, pull that down to get a lot of darkness in, Control and I, select the brush tool, and then just going to paint over the eyelids, making sure that, that white is still the foreground colour. So just going to really bring out some contrast in that area, or those areas. So nice and dark. Let's have a look. And again, just double click on that, bring up the layers style, and then this time on the blend if, go from the white side about halfway across, click OK. Shift click on those two to put them into their own group, and then just zoom out a bit, and we'll have a look at the difference. That's pretty nice. And then I'm going to go Control Shift and E. If we have a look at the original to where we're at, it's popping already. And then we're going to work a bit more on the face, so we're going to go another curves adjustment, select the hand tool, nice bright area on the image, pull it up, get lots of brightness in, Control and I, select the brush tool again, it's going to zoom in a little bit, still on about 3% flow, and then I'm just going to put a bit of whiteness onto the nose, and then just underneath there, a bit around the eye to get some contact in, tiny little bit there. Just going to shape it a little bit. Let's have a look how we're doing with that. And double click on that one, and again Alt click on that underlying layer, bring it about halfway across. On this one's going to check on the preview. Maybe just bring it back a little bit, make sure we've got some detail there. Good. Then we're going to get another curves adjustment layer, select the hand tool, find a darkish area, bring it down, and Control I, excuse I, brush tool, white is foreground, and then we'll do a little bit of burning around here. Around there, just on there, give those eyebrows a little bit, tiny bit there. How's that looking? Good. Double click and bring that across, Alt click, bring it about halfway across, click OK, shift click on those, put them into their own group, and zoom out. And let's have a look at the two. Just reduce the opacity a little bit on there. It's easy to overcook, and if you want, you can always go back. And just increase that a bit more. That'll be cool. And that, and look at the original to where we're at. So we're starting to get some good definition. Right. Next thing we can do is start to put some bigger picture stuff in. So vibrance, bring it all the way over. Control and I, select the brush tool, increase the flow to 100%. Foreground colour is still white. And then I'm just going to paint over this bedspread here. Just be careful, don't go over her arms or anything. I can do the hair because that gets a nice bit of colour into it as well. And again, just avoiding the fingers and stuff as much as we can. This is only rushed. And if we go wrong anywhere, it doesn't really matter because we've got a layer mask, we can just paint it back out or in, whichever way you want to look at it. Might even do that red top as well because that's quite a nice poppy colour. Let's have a look at how we're doing. Yeah, I think we went a bit over the lines here. So, brush tool, a little bit smaller, change colours over, just paint around that area. Good. Alright, that's looking good. Bump them two together. Then going to select colour lookup, go teal, orange, change blend mode to soft light, reduce the opacity quite considerably. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. And merge those two together. And I might just go another vibrance one. Bring it down to about -8. I'm looking more at her skin on this, so just going to select the brush tool, increase the size, and just paint back in that colour. That's looking okay. And if you think you missed any bits, if you alt click on the layer mask, that gives you an idea of where you are and where you haven't been. Just so you can fill it all in wherever you want. And then alt click on it again, that shows you where you were. Gonna merge those and we'll have a look at the original to where we are at the moment. Then I'm going to do hide the background layer, another curves layer, and select the hand tool, brighten it up, invert the mask, select the brush tool, reduce it to about 3%, white as foreground, and I was going to paint over these highlights in the hair a little bit, I think, just to bring some more detail back into those. Let's have a look at how that is. Pretty good. I'm not even going to blend that one. Then we'll do another one, curves, right, sort of darker area. Invert that, get the brush tool, just give it a little bit around the rooty area there. And that's okay. Might even just merge all of those. So that's where we were, where we are. Let's try another vibrance, so we get more colour out of her hair. And brush tool, back up to 100%, white as foreground, paint over the hair, so getting some nice red and blues out of that. That's good. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. So that was the original, that's how we're up now. Gonna just do a little finishy touch thing, cliche, a little vignette. Bonjour. That's good. So that was the original, that's where we're at now. And then merge those two, select the red channel, filter, sharpen, unsharp mask, 120%, 1 radius pixel and 0 on the threshold, click OK. Then click back on the RGB and that's it.